Hi friends, myself V. Vivek Kumar. Today we are learning about Indo-Gangetic Plain. Previous two classes we have learned about the location of India, geological background of India and a clearer idea about the Himalayas. And the second relief feature is nothing but the Indo-Gangetic Plain. It is one of the great northern plains. How the northern plains are formed? First, the northern plains are formed due to the influence of Himalayan rivers. Due to the influences of Himalayan rivers, the northern plains was formed. What are the Himalayan rivers? Friends, here the Himalayan rivers are Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. These are Brahmaputra. These are the Himalayan rivers. By this influence of Himalaya rivers only, the northern plain was formed. And if we say at the beginning, over 20 million years ago, this Indo-Gangetic plain was a shallow basin. Due to the Himalayan rivers, due to the influence of Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra, slowly the alluvial sand or soils came into this shallow basin as formed as a Indo-Gangetic plain. And the Indo-Gangetic plain is divided into three regions, friends. Here, western part, central part and eastern part. These three divisions. The western part is completely composed, completely formed by the Indus River. Completely formed by the Indus River. The tributaries of Indus River are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj and this. These are the tributaries of the Indus River. And the major part of the Indus River flows in the Pakistan and the minor part of the Indus River flows in the India in Haryana and Punjab. Punjab here, if you see the term Punjab, Ab nothing but river, Ab nothing but river, Panj nothing but Panch, Panch nothing but five, Ab nothing but rivers, five rivers. The combination of five rivers flows in that area, so that is called as Punjab. Five rivers nothing but the tributaries of Indus. That's why the Punjab is known as Punjab. This is the topic about the Indus River and the western part. Coming to the central part is formed by the Ganga River. The famous tributary of Ganga and the longest, biggest tributary of Ganga is Yamuna, and another tributaries are Son and Betwa. And this Ganga River extends from river Gagar to Tista. From river Gagar to Tista, the Ganga River was formed. And the major portion of Ganga River flows in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Major portion flows in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, and minor portion in Haryana, Jharkhand and West Bengal. Haryana means only some part of Ganga River flows in these regions. Coming to the eastern regions, in the eastern region mostly it consists of Brahmaputra Valley of Assam. And why this how this Brahmaputra Valley was formed? The Brahmaputra Valley was formed because of the Brahmaputra river. Because of the Brahmaputra river. If you see the terms here, there are two terms which is very important for 1 mark questions. One is Babar, one is Terai. What is Babar? What is Babar? Suppose these are Himalayas. These are the Himalayas. The Himalayas are consists of various types of gravel, pebbles, sand, like this. Whenever the water flows from the Himalayan rivers to the foot of Shivalik, the gravel, pebbles and sand deposits from 8 to 16 kilometers width. They deposits from 8 to 16 kilometers width from foot of Shivalik. From foot of Shivalik. What is Shivalik? The southernmost range of the Himalayas is known as Shivalik. Already had learned yesterday's session. So what is Babar? What is Babar? Nothing but the gravel, pebbles, sand deposit by the when the river flows, and these are all 18 to 16 kilometers width from the foot of Shivalik is known as Babar. And if you write this one definition, they will give half mark, and you have to write that Babar is porous in nature. Babar is porous in nature. Porous nothing but randralతో కూడుకున్న. That like you can say that, and the porous in nature. If you write definition, they will give half mark. If you write they are porous in nature, they will give half mark, one half place of 1 mark. Okay, what is sterile? Sterile nothing but they are also rivers, but they flow under the Babar, underground of Babar. Suppose these are Babar, from the underground of Babar the Terai flows. Terai nothing but they are also rivers, they flows from the underground of water. When they flows underground of water, they will disappear. Disappear అంటే మాయమైపోతాయి అక్కడికి, అక్కడ నుంచి అక్కడ మాయమైపోతాయి. When they flow, the Terai rivers flow from underground of the Babar and they disappear and again reappear. మాయమైతే మళ్ళీ ప్రత్యక్షం అవుతాయి. Where? Disappear and again reappear in the place of low area. Again they reappear in low areas. This is nothing but Terai. Again, if you write the definition of Terai, what is definition of Terai? The rivers flow from underground of the Babar, again they disappear, again reappear in the low-lying areas. If you write this definition, they will give half mark. And again, you should write this Terai is swampy and marshy land. Swampy and marshy land. Swampy and marshy land nothing but smooth and soft land. When the migration takes place in India, this Terai region is very useful for cultivation of crops. Okay, next we will see about Thar Desert. Thar Desert. Thar Desert is nothing but the Great Indian Desert. Thar Desert is nothing but the Great Indian Desert. The Thar Desert, where is Thar Desert located? Thar Desert is located in India at Rajasthan. It covers the major portion of western Rajasthan. It comes major portion of here the Rajasthan and Thar Desert. Okay, it receives a very less rainfall. In the Thar Desert, it receives a very less rainfall. Per year, it receives 100 millimeters to 150 millimeters rainfall. It receives 100 millimeters to 150 millimeters rainfall. And this total Thar Desert is comprised with sandy plains, rocks, and uneven surface and low growth plants. If there is no water, how the plants can grow? Only low growth plants like cactus, aloe vera, they can live without water also, those plants. And some rivers may flow in only rainy season. Some rivers or streams can flow in Thar Desert only in rainy season. Afterwards, again they disappear. Again, after rainy season, those streams will disappear after rainy season. Only the Luni River flows in the Rajasthan Thar Desert. Only the Luni River flows in the Rajasthan. But the Indira Gandhi Canal is the longest canal in India. Indira Gandhi Canal is the longest canal in India. It covers 650 kilometers. The water parts of Thar Desert, it is this Indira Gandhi Canal is very useful for the cultivation of crops. So only some part they gave in the textbook. What are the topic? Only few points you should remember. Thar Desert is also called as Indian Desert. It receives very less rainfall. Luni River only flows in the Thar Desert, and the Indira Gandhi Canal, it is very useful for the cultivation of crops, and it receives per annual 100 millimeters to 150 millimeters of rainfall. Okay, next we will see about the islands. What are the islands? Today we discussed about the Indo-Gangetic Plain and also Thar Desert. Tomorrow we will discuss about islands. Till now we discussed about Himalayas, Indo-Gangetic Plain, and third one is Thar Desert. Again, 3 major relief features are there in India. Tomorrow we will discuss. I think and I hope you understood whatever I am saying. I think you understood. And if you have any doubt, keep in the comment section. Thank you friends. Please subscribe my video.